Welcome to the Unstoppable Pursuit Podcast, where we're pushing the limits in business, life, and health. It's episode 53. I'm Brian Benson, and, well, Mike isn't here, so we love you, Mike. We miss you. We're still going to read from Dominate Your Day, and today we're talking about how every day matters. Mike, this is for you, brother. I'm willing to walk the fine line. You should be too. Sometimes you have to do this in order to get what you want. Yes, you could fall, but that doesn't even cross my mind. It shouldn't cross yours either. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you got to push it to the limit. Rick Ross, blah, 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 blah. I don't know the rest, but we're going to kill it today. All right, so that's it. Push the limits. Don't worry about failing or falling. It'll only make you stronger and better and keep you pushing forward. So that's what I'm excited to talk about today. Or that's what I read from Dominate Your Day book. Right now we're going to talk about everyday matters. So live each day as if you're last, because one day you'll be right. So let's do this math. And I put this on my Facebook page a second ago. But if you're around a calculator or a pen or a pencil, let's do some quick math for you really, really quick. First thing you're going to do is get your writing utensil, piece of paper, a calculator, something that you need, right? Multiply your age by 365 days, okay? That will give you your current age in days. Subtract that number from 27,375 days. That's an average lifespan these days, give or take. It may be longer, but at the ripe age of 30, now I know I have an average of 16,000 and some odd days left, which is kind of crazy to really think about when you look at an age, because I've already lived about 10,000. So 10 went really fast. That's kind of freaky, right? Once you kind of multiply your age, you kind of realize, like, whoa, like the average age may be around 75. Now it may be a little bit longer, maybe 80. But think about where you are now compared to where you used to be. Well, like, I always think about, like, growing up, and it's like, wait a second, I look in the mirror, I have gray hair. I got this, patchy ass beard, and I have a kid, like, things, and I'm like, where did life go? Wait, I was a kid, like, yesterday. Like, it wasn't even that long ago that I was thinking that 30 years old seemed so far away. And I always thought, man, 30 seems old as shit. Like, it's just like, I thought at one point, like, 18 years old was really old. Like, I thought, wow, that is really old. And now I'm sitting here at 30, I blinked, and I'm 30 years old. Like, where in the world did that time go? And it moves so fast. And that's why we have to really, and I know it's hard. Many people can't do this without some kind of tragedy or something happening in their life where they're saying, make each day count, like do every day matters, live each day like it's your last. Like, how do you even do that? How do you do that? It's tough. It's difficult. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that I know the answer to this stuff. Like, it's not easy to live every day like it's your last. You want to, or you say you do, but do you? So all we can do is some of these things that I've found useful in this book that I believe if you practice these, you will be living a fulfilled life. You will be doing some things that can help you live every day like it's your last. And it's a weird topic, I know, but you have to really live every day like that, and you have to be very conscious and aware and live purposefully and all that stuff. I mean, it really is important. So let's just dive into this, and I'm going to kind of read through some of this stuff because I think it's really, really important. So, life is too short to be cranky. Attitude is a choice. We create our own world by the way we choose to see it. For the next 5 years, your mind can focus on fear, worry, problems, negativity, or despair, or it can focus on confidence, opportunity, solutions, optimism, success. You decide. So let's just work on reframing our minds that when something bad happens, or shitty, or annoying, or tough, we can have the confidence, see opportunity in problems, find solutions, have some optimism, and push towards success. These are things we really need to focus in on. And I want you to constantly say things around that and reframe your mind around that, right? So when something bad's happening, instead of saying, oh, it's over, this sucks, like blah, blah, it's I'm learning to be better. Hey, what if we did this? But it's not over. The glass is half empty, my friend, and you need to look at life and everything you do that way. So stop being a cranky, negative human being and start doing things that are helping you with your optimism, with your success, with your mindset. Because most of every day is attitude, and attitude is a choice. You literally can wake up every day worried or fearful about something, but why? Why? When you only have 16,000 days left in your life, or maybe more, maybe less, plus or minus, we don't know. But for me, I have over 16,460 something. Like, why spend one of those days when I already know that 10,000 days already went by so fast? Why should I spend one of those days being cranky? I'm not saying that I'm perfect or anybody's perfect, or maybe you will be cranky, but get over it, you know? It's like, why waste that time? Forgive people, love people, forget about that. Find the solution to the problem. I'm telling you, there's more opportunity and problems. This is why the entire world, this is exactly why Jeff Bezos is the richest man in the world, because he sees opportunity with all the problems in the world. Now Amazon isn't in any business other than time, and Jeff Bezos saw that they can move things faster. Alexa wasn't a home assistant. Alexa was a time saver, so you don't have to go do anything. So stop being cranky about going to the store. Go buy an Alexa, sit it right next to you and say, Alexa, bring me my pain medication because I'm cranky. So have a better attitude. Wake up. All right, the next one is keep your word. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Look the world straight in the eye. Live and work with honesty, openness, and integrity. Keep your promises, and everything else is a piece of cake. Ladies and gentlemen, integrity is doing what you say you're going to do, and your actions, your words and your actions are in perfect alignment, my friends. You have to keeping your word and keeping your integrity is probably one of the biggest, honestly, like in this sort of bankrupt world, in a lot of ways with relationships that we live in, like finding integrity and living by that can be the greatest asset you will ever own. If you can treat people and do things exactly what you say you're going to do, and like this podcast, like saying I'm going to do this on a weekly basis, making sure that this comes to fruition, and I know if I can't be here, Mike would certainly be in this seat doing this by himself too. I am telling you, keep your word. Have integrity, and be open and honest. And ladies and gentlemen, the one other thing about keeping your word is don't be afraid of vulnerability. I think vulnerability gets overlooked as weakness, but in my opinion, it's courage. And I think that that's something we need to all reassess in ourselves. Have the courage to have integrity. All right. Forgive everyone, especially yourself. Let go of past hurts, feelings of resentment or revenge. They're all worthless. They can only drag you down. The courage to forgive and move on is so liberating. Make it a rule. Always be the first to forgive, especially yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, I freaking love this one because you need to forgive. And you need to be the first one to forgive. If somebody wronged you in the past, again, with only 16,470 something days I have left, why the shit should I sit around and worry and not forgive? I'm not going to wait for somebody else. I'll forgive and move on. I get it. Sometimes it's really difficult, but sometimes you have to learn how to take the high road. But where I really want you to take the high road is with yourself. I hear so many times people putting themselves down, saying negative things about themselves. You know what? This is life, and you are a human, and you are imperfectly perfect, ladies and gentlemen. You are imperfectly perfect. That means you aren't always going to do the right thing. That means you aren't always going to make the right decision. But if you wait to make the right decision, it may not turn out how you want it to turn out. So why sit around and be so hateful or negative about yourself? You are the only one who can make your dreams come to fruition. And therefore, you must forgive and love yourself more than you love anybody else in this entire world. You have to love yourself so deeply, and you have to care about yourself. Because I am telling you right now, if you don't care for yourself, your body, mentally, physically, and you don't love yourself, you cannot love or take care of anybody else. Right now, I had to go get an MRI for my back. Literally, it hurts me every time I have to bend down and pick my kid up and do stuff, and I can't get on the floor right now and just roll around with them like I want to, and that sucks. And that means I didn't take care of my health enough, and I didn't love myself enough so I could take care of the other people in my life. And that's been tough for me. I forgive myself, of course. I shouldn't have been trying to lift these stupid sand bricks that were 100 pounds or whatever, and I moved the wrong way. But the reality is, you have to forgive people, and you have to forgive yourself, and you have to truly love who you are and all the things that you're doing. Move forward. Yesterday is a canceled check. The past is not your potential. There are far better things ahead than any you leave behind. The next 5 years are blank canvases, clean and bright. Decide that you will throw all the paint on it that you can. Once a day goes by, you can't get that back. I can't get back the first 10 minutes of this podcast. I can't get back what I did yesterday. I can't get back anything. I did what I did. I made decisions. I moved forward, and you can't take any of that back. That is exactly what it says right here. Is a canceled check. You have to move forward. You have to forgive. You have to forget. You have to move forward. You have to put this stuff how does it say? The thing in your brain, compartmentalize. You have to be able to say, look, I am closing that drawer of yesterday. I live in the present, and the forward in front of me is this blank canvas and empty drawers that I get to fill. But you have to close those drawers behind you. You've got to understand that what happened yesterday, it is what it is. That saying is so cliche, but it's it is. It just is, and you can't sit here and bitch and moan and cry and whine about what you could have done yesterday. I say this all the time. You can't live your life staring into the rearview mirror. That's not life. That's not living. You aren't moving forward. You can't drive looking in the rearview mirror, can you? When you drive, you're looking in your present and you're looking at the future, where your destination is. And ladies and gentlemen, you need to move forward. It has to be a constant state of moving forward. You have to fail forward, you have to learn forward, you have to do things, but consistently move forward. It's very, very, very important. Quit worrying. It's been estimated that 99 out of 100 things we worry about never come to pass. If you stopped worrying about what might happen tomorrow, wouldn't that give you more time to savor today? So stop worrying about tomorrow. What did you worry about 6 months ago, a year ago, 5 years ago? How many of your biggest worries have actually come to pass? I'm thinking, what was I worrying about a year ago? What did I worry about a month ago? I don't even know what the hell I worried about 2 days ago. To be honest with you, I have no clue what that was. So, stop worrying. Solve the problem. Become a problem solver. Understand that worry and stress are ways for you not to move forward. Worry and stress are dangerous. Worry and stress can actually do physical damage to you, but what you need to do is solve the frickin' problem and not worry. Things will work out. Something will happen, but if you sit and you worry and you get stymied and you don't do anything about it, then you haven't moved forward, which was the last point. But quit worrying. Comment seriously. Does anybody actually know what they were worrying about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? If you can, great, good for you, but then go a month, go a year. What were you worried about a year ago, and has that actually happened? The thing that you are so worried about. I worry every day, am I going to make it in business? Is this podcast going to make it? I worry about that, but then it's like, shit, I guess I was worrying. I guess now I do remember. I did worry about that at one point, but then it's like gone. And then it's like, but if I sit and worry about it, then I'm not taking action, then I'm not achieving, then I'm not moving forward, and then otherwise, why am I here? So, quit worrying. All right, next is be grateful. Stop and view your life through the eyes of the other 6, I think there's 8 now, 8 billion people on earth. Literally hundreds of millions of people would gladly trade places with you right now and be ecstatic. I love that one because so many people that I come across say how shitty things are and how bad things are. And I've told this story once before, but I'll tell it again. I had the privilege of being a judge for Youth of the Year for the Boys and Girls Club. And a young woman stood up, I think she was probably about 13 years old, and she said, here's my story. We kind of asked her more about it. She said, I saw my uncle get shot, my brother moved away, I never met my dad. Like, all these crazy things happened in her life, all of them. And I asked her, I said, what's different about you, and how do you have that go-getter mindset when many people would have already experienced these tragedies and be stymied by them and not move forward? And she said, honestly, Mr. Benson, I have no room for excuses, because there are people out there who don't even know where they're sleeping tonight, who don't even know where their next meal is coming from, who don't have arms or legs, and I have those things, so I have no room to make any excuses other than just to be a grateful person. And that story struck me like a freaking bolt of lightning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm seeing this girl, she's hustling, she's doing all these amazing things, but suffered greatly, but yet has this mindset that she is still very grateful and still knows that people would trade places with her immediately. And that, in my opinion, is one hell of a mindset, and I think more what people need to adopt. If you have that mindset in life, you are unstoppable. Unstoppable. This girl is unstoppable. We talk about the unstoppable pursuit. I'd love to bring her on right now because she just changed the game with that comment. So, it's the little things. Thinking small is an art, the art of living. The happiness of life is made up of little things. A smile, a helping hand, a caring heart, a word of praise, a moment of shared laughter. We are most alive in those moments. Savor them all. That's the truth, isn't it? I think that sometimes in my own life I get caught up so much in having success and wealth and being healthy and doing all these great things that I do forget sometimes that just laughing with my best friends can be the greatest moment of all time. It can be the wealthiest moment of all time. I once heard a story of a guy who was sitting there with his two sons, and the two sons came to the dad, and the dad said, "Hey, I gotta tell you guys something that I've never told you." And the two sons were like, "This is kind of weird. Dad has never really talked to us this way before." And he looked at the kids and he said, "Boys, I'm a millionaire. And I haven't really told anybody about it, but I'm a multi-millionaire." And, "Oh my God, Dad, you're a millionaire? I can't believe you're worth $1 million." These kids, they were ecstatic. They were freaking out. They were so excited. They said, "Dad, where's all your money? How did you become a millionaire?" And he said, and he pointed to the first son and said, "You're worth $1 million to me." And pointing to the second son, "You're worth $1 million to me." And then he started pointing to his friends around the room and said, "They're $1 million to me. That person is worth $1 million to me. That person's worth $1 million to me." And that story right there is the little things. We are all truly millionaires and rich with love and life and laughter and moments. You look at people like recently, the singer of Linkin Park commits suicide, and it's like, damn, why? When we should be cherishing these moments and be cashing in on those moments of friendship and love and laughter and happiness. That's where we should be cashing in on, because you can have all that money and fame and fans and people all around you, but if you don't have your close circle and moments of just extreme laughter and smiling and people to surround yourself with that truly care about you and what you do, then, ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, you are very poor. And I think you should really cherish those moments more. So that's it. Every day matters, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, this was a bit sentimental. I know, it's crazy. The challenge today is going to be find out how many days you got left on this planet. Do that math. Multiply your age by 365, and then subtract that number by 27,375 days. How many days do you have left on this planet, and what are you going to do with those days? Ladies and gentlemen, write that in the comments below. Tell me how many days you got left and what you're going to do, how you're going to make a dent in the world. And now for the health tip. And no, I'm no health guru. And yes, I strive to do better, and I did eat chocolate today. So that's it. All right, I just got one for you. I just found this. If you're in need for a big change of workouts, simply go to the gym and do your workout in the exact opposite order as you have been doing it. It will shock your body. All right, shock your body. Wake yourself up, ladies and gentlemen. Every day matters. I got to give a shout out to this book, actually. I don't even, what? I guess it's called 5. It's called 5. It's called Where Will You Be in 5 Years from Today? So I don't even know where the author is, to be honest with you. I picked this up at a Starbucks. Yeah, Dan Zadra. Hey, shout out to you, brother. Great fucking book. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you. I love you. Mike, brother, take care of yourself. Take care of your family. And our thoughts and prayers are with you during this time. So much love, brother. You know, it sucks without you, but you're where you need to be right now with your family and doing the right thing. So love you, man. And please, if you enjoyed this episode, comment, like, share, download, subscribe, and review. We would be so grateful. Thank you all. I love you, and we will see you all on the next episode. Thanks.